What's up, y'all? How we doing? I'm gonna give y'all a little bit to hop in here before we start doing anything. It still wants me to get a moderator for my stream. That's not gonna happen anytime soon. I just realized I didn't throw on a hat. What the fuck am I doing? Let me throw on a hat real quick. I've also kind of fixed the issue of my stream just randomly deciding to crash. Hopefully. So we should be pretty Gucci. Should be pretty Gucci and good to go. You know? No more crashes for us. Gotta make sure everything's sounding A-okay. Oh, wow, you can barely hear the music. What am I doing? You'd think I'd have my act together by now. I don't. We got some jazz today instead of lo-fi. I've started uploading more frequently, which is kind of surprising to me, to be honest. We are at the end of the semester, so kind of makes sense. Kind of have a little bit more time on my hands. I'm officially done with classes, which is awesome. So. More frequently, which is why does it do that? Let's not do that. Yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna give it a bit before I do anything to give people some time to hop in. Then we'll start going crazy. I'm in a good mood tonight, y'all. I am. I'm in a pretty decent mood. I'm feeling good. I'm done with classes for the semester. Looking forward to summer. I got no more work to do, which has just been awesome. Because, oh my goodness, those classes were kicking my butt for a minute. It was kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. But we are riding high as of right now. I'm moving out of my dorm, thank God, in like 2 days. I'm gonna be sleeping in an actual fucking bed here soon, and it's gonna be... I cannot wait. Because that shit right there, that, it ain't comfortable. Alright. Do I want... No, I kind of want lo-fi going in the background, not jazz. Can we play it? Please? Spotify? Why are you like this, Spotify? Why? Just do what I want, please. Fine, I guess we're we're gonna listen to classical jazz and not lo-fi. Cool. Love you. Yeah, no, that's weird, bro. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. That's indeed goofy. Alright, if there's no one in here but like the 10-minute mark, I'm just gonna not stream. I ain't gonna be sitting around streaming to nobody the entire time, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But I also kind of want to just stream, so I might anyways, you know? I kind of want to do something rather than just sit in my dorm playing video games, bruh. Yeah, can y'all believe that I've uploaded 3 videos in like the past week? Because I sure can't. Shit's insane. I don't understand why Spotify will just not let me switch the music I want to play. I do not want jazz. Do I have to seriously open up a new browser just to... Because if so, that's kind of goofy. Okay, so I've stopped that. Go over here. I do this. It picks up where the old song left off. Are you kidding me? That's insane. That is insane. Okay, there it goes. There we are. Okay. We're in business, boys. Oh my god, why did that take me so long to figure out? That is crazy. Okay, so now I can like actually start streaming. Now that I've figured the basics out, which shouldn't have taken me long at all. I don't know why it did. So, if you're in chat, you got any videos you want to see me react to, you know, well, let me know. And I got y'all. For the meantime, what is this? The fuck? Nah, that's goofy. That's goofy, YouTube. I don't want to see that. Today I was thinking NF's new music video would be a good one to do at some point. I got some comments asking about that, and I didn't even see it when I was picking out the next NF song to do. And then I'm thinking NFX, and then some other stuff. Maybe a K-pop or two. I don't know, y'all. It's kind of for y'all to decide. Okay. Ooh, or I could do... Ooh, I kind of know what I want to do. God, you guys want to know something I haven't seen in fucking forever? No, it wasn't that. Yeah, it was this. This will make some people happy. I haven't done a tornado video in fucking forever. Alright. I don't know if I just want to stream to nobody at the moment. So I might give it some time. Why is my blood sugar going so high, bro? What is this? My blood sugar's 247. That is no bueno. That is what we call not good. Alright. I'll give it like another minute or two for people to pop in, and then if it doesn't, then I'm just getting off. Usually I have people in here by now. I probably just picked a bad time. It is 9 o'clock at night. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just be like I'm recording YouTube videos until then. I feel that, because I kind of feel like reacting to this. I'm thinking that's a good idea. You know, I think that's what I'm gonna do. How do I... one sec. Where is it? There it is. Oh my god, I'm fucking blind. Oh god, you can't see that. Fuck. If I put it there, you will, because it's against the bed. I will be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom. Probably should have done that beforehand. And then when I get back, I got a pretty fun video. Alrighty, I am back. and I'm ready to get into the video. God, I've had a cough that's been killing me the past forever. So. Alright, yeah. I can get rid of this now. Okay. Yeah, no, new video to react to, y'all. This one's kind of a long one as well. So, should be fun, I think. I'm thinking should be a fun one. It's the real-time tornado videos. If you remember, they had those on like the Weather Channel. From time to time, I caught a few of them live back in the day when they were still doing these. This one's over the Joplin tornado, which I think would be a good introductory one because it's the worst tornado to have hit the U.S. in like 100 years since like the tri-state. So, you know, fun.
Alright, we'll have to go back. Okay, hold on. I gotta turn around. Oh, it's getting big. That is huge. Jeez, that's a wet.
Yeah, how big was this? It was over a mile, right? It had to have
been. In the city of Joplin.
I've never
no,
seen
I
a tornado
can't remember off the top
that
of my
quickly
head.
to a mile-wide tornado.
So it was.
This was like the end of the world.
Our house had been flattened. We did not know if our son was okay.
People
Yeah,
were
think about
being
this.
hauled
This was
away
a
with emergency
this just
personnel
wiped everything
holding just
away.
pieces of these people together.
It was horrific.
I mean, I guess that's what you get from an EF5.
I never really
Y'all
thought
believe
that
we
I would
haven't
have
had an
friends
EF5
that
since
died in a
2013.
tornado.
Oh my goodness.
Unreal to me. Because like we got like 7 of them in 2011 alone. Instead of having none from 2013 till now. It's insane. Not that I want one. I'm just saying it's kind of insane that we have them.
We are getting reports that most of the rain has passed through there, but they are seeing what people are considering a wall cloud, 20 to 30 miles per hour. Obviously, some clouds have some people concerned, basically between Galena and Joplin.
It was on a Sunday, and so I remember it was just a very hot and humid day that day, and you can kind of see a storm rolling in from
That's
the
why
west.
it's so hot in here.
I was actually attending my son's
Dude,
graduation. It was
my
the high
thermostat
school
was set
graduation
to
here in town.
75.
The skies were starting to become a little overcast. You could see
was
some
setting my balls
thunderstorms
off and I didn't
building
know
off to the west of the city.
There's a storm you see coming across the Kansas border now, just about to make it to the Joplin area. We also have some showers and storms across northern Arkansas.
I was in the newsroom at 5 o'clock. We knew the tornado watches were out there. We knew the tornado warnings were out there. But it wasn't until about 05:05 or when we started listening to the AM station in Joplin.
KCRG News Time is 5:28. We're live storm team coverage here on the stations of Simmer Radio. Again, a tornado warning in effect.
Well, I was with 2 of my really good friends. We were just kind of driving around listening to the Cardinals and the Royals on the radio and just listening to the baseball game. The baseball game got switched over to the emergency broadcasting. I've been in a lot of thunderstorms. You could definitely tell that it was different. We began taking it more seriously. We wanted to find a place to just get out of the hail that they were calling for.
Please do take heed.
That seems
Get in your
reasonable.
tornado shelters.
A lot of times, supercells that produce big tornadoes will oftentimes also produce some pretty fucking big hail. There was there were some storms that went through like a week ago that dropped grapefruit-sized hail like about 50 miles from where I live. It was insane, dude. I was looking on the radar and I was like, ugh. You could just tell by looking. It was dropping some big hail, which was kind of insane. Grapefruit size is just insane.
Now, we can't stress this enough. Take heed. This is a dangerous weather situation.
Hey, where you at?
I moved from Seattle to Joplin exactly 2 weeks before the tornado to the day.
Ooh, bad time.
I was at my friend's place that I was living with at the time since I just moved here. His name's Sam, and Me and Sam and his 3-year-old son went outside. To my west, it was really, really dark, and there was lightning and thunder. It was still, I thought, a ways away at the time.
That's what happens, bro. Like, if it's a rain wraps,
you know, seen a storm system like this,
you're not gonna see it coming.
You're kind of preparing yourself of what's coming next, and you really don't have a chance to prepare.
Chad Elliott in the KCRG 24-hour.
So has it touched down yet, bro?
News time is 5:28. Numerous calls into the station from storm spotters and listeners reporting a funnel-like cloud.
I guess not. Seeing as
It's gonna do it. It's gonna do it. Get further. Not here. Up there. Straight ahead, Scott. Straight ahead.
Well, I've been chasing for about 11 years now.
That was a
Even
dumb
before I got my
question.
driver's
Jesus
license,
Christ, my bad,
I dragged my mom out to go storm chasing because I couldn't drive. There were a few other guys that were in the car.
Wait, stop! 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 It's coming towards us.
We started to notice
So this was Bro's,
rotation
one of
to our
Bro's
south down
first
the road.
storm chases.
So went
What a
south
rough
towards
one
the
to
base
start
of the
off on,
thunderstorm.
bro. Holy shit,
Oh, wait,
dude.
okay, hold on.
Like, even not the tornado, you can see up
We
how
noticed
it's
bright
rotating and
flashes,
it's not
and those
sped
are
up. That's
transformers on
that's
power
scary.
lines exploding as the tornadic winds are hitting it.
I see. We're getting closer. We're gonna get closer. We're gonna get closer. We're gonna get closer. Power flash. We are going. Wait! Stop! 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 It's right in the field. Get closer. We are going to get closer.
Isaac, it's right there.
I know.
Wow,
I know,
yeah,
it's
you can
right
see
there,
all the
I know,
suction
but we can
voices.
get closer.
Holy
Oh my
crap!
gosh. Roll down your window. Roll down your window. Oh.
That intensified so fast. That was insane to watch.
I've never seen a tornado form that quickly from a little rope tornado dancing in a field to a almost mile-wide tornado in 20 seconds.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was the craziest
Dude,
thing
look,
I've
you
ever
can see
seen
all the
in my
suction
life.
vortices in there.
We got RFD.
Reed Timmer's footage shows how unbelievably fast it grew from wispy swirls into a huge wedge. Yeah, dude, I mean, fucking hell. Also, what's up, man? How you doing?
Okay, hold on.
I would probably have to look at Reed's.
That is huge.
Surprisingly, I haven't looked at the Joplin tornado a whole lot. You know, considering that meteorology is kind of my thing, it's kind of surprising that I haven't, but, you know.
Debris. Okay, big tornado. Dude, go east right up here. Go east right up here. I can't. Right up here. Go for it. This is where it crossed, by the way. Go east. Turn right here, the dirt road.
As a chase team, we make it a priority to warn the public. We got the idea to call 911 in Joplin.
That's a good fucking idea.
Hi, I'm calling because I'm watching a strong, large tornado heading towards the south side of Joplin right now.
You're great. Finally off work for the next 2 days? Dude, fuck yeah. We're both living the dream. I just finished classes.
As we came out of the graduation, I had decided that I was going to take my family home. I had my wife with me and, of course, my daughter and my son who had graduated. I just looked at my family, told them, sorry, you're going to have to go with me to work, and we turned off and went to the fire station.
246, just for information, we have power lines down on a car.
We'd started getting reports of debris and damage, so we discontinued emergency responses and had our crews take shelter until after the storm passed.
Yeah. That's not something you want hitting you.
Can't reach my wife. Can I go?
So stand by on that until we can figure out what we got here.
Battalion 1 and Chief Randolph has advised that we would be waiting before we send anyone out or any of their vehicles out for search and rescue.
I was working in dispatch at the police department. I was the Patrol 1 dispatcher. I handle all radio traffic for the officers that are on the street.
I'm in service. I have control of the street. Does our paging system still work?
We are unsure. We're going to attempt it.
We are in the basement level of the police department. We have no idea what's actually going on outside or how much damage there is or anything like that. We know we've been hit by one, and it was obviously slow moving because we were still getting reports as it went across.
Why are you under an overpass?
Slow moving because we were still getting reports as it went across.
Don't do this. This is the worst thing you can do. Don't do this. There's two of them. Jesus Christ, you guys are gonna die.
And the tornado took a southerly turn and started heading right towards where his location was.
Oh, he's getting under it too?
321-223, I'm on range line now. You can head that line.
Don't tell me the tornado hits.
Kind of go slow and don't keep an eye out because we're not sure where it's going or where it's headed.
tornado on overflying J. Tornado overflying J.
I'm thinking it is.
The wind's blowing so hard his windshield wipers won't even work. His side window was broken out, so he's getting debris and rain
Jesus Christ.
inside the vehicle with him.
Who was that?
With Waters.
Yeah, you can see the wind direction has changed. It's not coming at him.
Copy. Copy.
It was originally going away, now it's coming at him. That's a... They're only good for hail, but even that's risky Yeti, honestly.
The supervisor on duty was
literally
trying to figure out where
the worst
he was.
thing you can do if you're in a tornado is get under an overpass.
I don't know where I'm at.
You just hope. At that point, you can't panic or do anything like that when you're in my position, at least.
God. I would have already crashed. Props to that man for keeping on going.
I'm getting a report from one of the Carl Hampshire firefighters. There's a tornado on the ground at 20th and Main Lane.
Officer Waters was...
I salute you, Officer Waters. Got bigger balls than I do,
on
Jesus
duty
Christ.
was trying to find out where he was.
I'm going northbound, but I don't know where I'm at. Keep contact with us so we know you're okay. I think I'm north of it, but I don't know.
He did finally seek coverage under the bridge.
I should have drove through the lab again. I'm good.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. Look at these guys having a jolly old time.
It was me and my husband's first wedding anniversary, and we were at the Royals-Cardinals game up in Kansas City.
Dog, I don't want to say nothing about that, but if your house gets hit by an EF5 tornado on your wedding anniversary, that's probably a sign from God saying that this shit ain't gonna work, Chief. That's ugh.
We had just moved
That
up
is
here
not
in
something you
Joplin.
want to see.
We called my mother-in-law to see how she was doing and our son was doing. They said there was tornado warning. I told them to just go ahead and hunker down. So we didn't know that there was necessarily a tornado. It's pretty common to be in tornado warning here in Joplin.
This is KZRG. It's been a while since we've seen an actual tornado touchdown in Joplin, and obviously we hope the damage is minimal.
It wasn't. It was, in fact, not minimal.
I can't see it. I can't see it at all.
The Hackleburg and Phil Campbell tornadoes were so intense that it rubberized the roads when it went over. The basement of a 2-story house was gutted. Holy shit. Did it actually rubberize the roads? That's insane. What was, Phil Campbell was the fastest wind speeds ever recorded, yeah? I know the Hackleburg was really bad, but... Oh no, shit, that's the same fucking thing. Oh my god. Holy fuck, I'm an idiot. Okay. Yeah, did it actually rubberize the roads? Because that's insane. Yeah, I can believe something that strong would gut the house's basement, but Jesus, that's
As we were witnessing
scary.
the tornado, we also had another part of our team in a different vehicle, and it was Kevin and his dad.
Yeah, over 300. It was like, what was it? The Moore that was like 304,
northwest side of town coming
and then
in,
like
and we could see the storm.
Phil Campbell was
You
like,
know, coming in, and it was just black and dark and nasty. And
we top a hill.
No, it was like
and
300
by the time
plus
it
or
moves
minus 20,
over
right?
the road, it was already full blown
Fuck if I know.
tornado, probably at least a quarter mile wide.
It's gonna cross the road. You said, oh gosh, okay, got it. There. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that thing just fucking looks violent.
There it is.
Jesus.
This is going right in the heart of Joplin, ain't it? It's gonna go just north. Oh no, you're right. It is. All right. Well, let's
It's east of us now, I just don't know where.
Knowing what the path of the tornado was, it was a pretty sure thing that it was going to go right into the heart of town. You go out and try to film this thing, and it's kind of exciting to film all of the wild nature, and then come to the realization that it's
I remember the
really
Gerald
do
one
some
being so
major
bad because it was
damage
moving
and,
so slow.
Tear people's lives apart.
But if it's moving at 70, that thing is like literally a wall of like 250-mile-an-hour winds just coming right at you, like a concrete wall that's
as
moving
it came
that fast.
closer and closer, you could actually see the curtain of rain coming at us, and then the tornado sirens started going off.
We got a tornado over here.
I had never heard a tornado siren before.
Where are we going?
Hunker down, bruh.
We got in a closet below the stairs, and so I just kind of pointed the camera out the door. The light flickers and goes out for a second. I thought maybe that's the worst of it. When it went out that last time, it was dark.
That's literally a fucking horror movie.
And it was a different world at that time.
React to Witness Tornado Swarm 2011 later. That one is wild. Dude, I've never fucking heard of that. Holy shit, yeah. I'm down.
I think at that point there were probably like 20 other people, and it was dark because there was no electricity.
At least probably 10 or 12.
It kind of just felt surreal. It was almost like you were living a dream.
The sirens aren't going.
Growing up in Joplin, you're around tornadoes or you hear of them all the time. But I never really thought that I would have been the guy that dies in a tornado or has friends that die in a tornado.
Hey, where do you want me to put everybody?
It was a forgotten documentary and it was re-uploaded. Oh, so it's a documentary, dude? Hell yeah. I love me a good weather documentary.
This tornado was very unusual. Number one, very wide damage path, and then very slow moving. As the storm was still going through town, I actually got out in some of the hail and wind, and we just couldn't make it across town because of the debris.
The 911 phone did not stop ringing. You couldn't pick up the phone to try and call anybody or try to do anything without there being somebody there. At one point, it shut the system down. There's a big sense of helplessness with it. People are trapped, people are injured, people are dying, and the best you can do is say, well, we'll get somebody there as soon as we can, more or less.
Oh my God.
Dude, look at the fucking trees that got debarked. Oh my God.
It's gone.
Chad Elliott in the KZRG 24-hour storm center.
To be from
Homes
Tuscaloosa's
are damaged in
later
Joplin.
found
One guy just called up. He says his home was totaled.
That's what happens when you have a
just had
really
another
strong
caller saying
mesocyclone.
A couple of houses damaged over by St. John's.
Keep it up there.
Hospital.
As a parent who had 2 children in the high school, it terrifies you to think that that could have happened during a school day. I think our death toll would have probably been much higher if it had.
Can anybody hear me? Go ahead. Officer down! Officer down, 249 and I-44.
We had a civilian actually grab his radio.
Did I just witness a death on camera?
Because she found the vehicle with the windows all
I
out.
ain't ready
and
for
the
that,
officer
Chief.
nowhere around.
Well, that was a civilian using our radio.
A civilian using our radio. It was 357's vehicle that she was calling from.
Right part of the wall, my house is gone, FYI. Power line's down at about 24th and Ship. I can't cross any further.
Exactly, updraft. It was over 200 miles an hour. That is crazy, bro.
When I heard the officer down call, I immediately checked my radio because it was coming, see the vehicle, it was coming from Officer Waters' vehicle.
Bruh.
Our last contact with Officer Waters.
Not Officer Waters, bro. That man was a G.
There was that clinch and that minute of panic, but I checked my radio.
270 status.
Ditch just north of 249.
God, he lives.
He
What?
was safe. He was under the
5
bridge.
tornado can take
He was
on Officer Waters?
actually taking care of people
Nah,
at that point.
that man's built
But
different.
it's still a terrifying feeling to hear that come over the radio at you.
Chad Elliott in the KZRG 24-hour storm center. Lots of reports of damage. Let me stress that the phones are ringing off the hook.
Yo, stop! Power line's down, power line's down!
You can't believe you saw the tornado up close in Birmingham later?
As we moved off to
You did?
try to intercept the tornado, we encountered the power lines that
That's
were
fucking
flashing,
insane, my guy.
as the
Holy
tornado was
shit.
hitting him earlier.
Let's go right through downtown Joplin!
We were more focused on just trying to get back to a main road where we wouldn't have to encounter any more debris.
No. Okay, this is where we're at. We're getting rain. We're getting hail on the RFD.
We were encountering baseball-sized hailstones. We were actually more going into rescue mode at that point because we knew it was going right through the town of Joplin.
We need to get up in the Joplin and help people out.
Because that tornado formed so quickly, I don't know how much time people had. So
Not a lot.
That's going right into downtown Joplin. Downtown?
It's killed quite a few people as well, right? It's like one of the most costly
There was a
tornado
calming
events.
point there.
Like
We
second, I
thought we
think.
were in the eye of the tornado. We went outside and there was just debris everywhere. You would see, you basically saw people's lives just all over the yard. Clothes, pictures. I remember there being a torn up Bible. Things you basically saw if you just threw 20 houses together, shook them up, and then dropped them.
Oh, here we go.
Nearly just 30, 40 seconds after that is when everything got real crazy. I just remember it being so dark real quick.
I did. The house is about 2 blocks away. We were completely destroyed.
I just remember
was
the trees
visiting
going
my
back and
aunt
forth. I
uncle.
remember
Holy
the waves of rain. I remember debris flying
That's
by the window,
insane.
hitting the window.
I've never been that close to a tornado. The one I will say, even though I haven't been that close to a tornado, there was a EF3, I think, that went through Jacksboro, Texas, which was a few towns over from where I lived, and I had a few friends that went there. It like completely destroyed the school. The RFD in that storm was easily 100 miles an hour. Dude, I'd believe it. I would.
That's what it was. I just was like, man, this is bad. I could tell how bad this was, and we weren't even around the corner yet.
Watching this on your KZRG Storm Tracker radar, and that is a big area of concern. Tornado warning still
It's
in effect
crazy that it
until
was able to do that
6:30,
much damage.
And we expect this to
And
continue
it wasn't
now.
even
We heard
close
that
to that
there
area.
had been some damage in Joplin.
That was just
so
the
we
storm.
went back to Joplin going about 85 on the highway. And there was cars passing us going 100.
One thing that we are seeing is lots and lots of damage so far.
We knew that our son, Connor, was okay.
Thank God.
And we knew that our family members were okay,
Let's
but we
go.
did not know if our house had been flattened. And that was just really scary.
And,
I mean, honestly,
still
just take what
waiting
you
to
can
get
get
more
at this
reports
point.
coming in Carthage.
It's
We're getting
more than
reports
just
of
a science.
debris is falling from the sky.
Shit, so how would they get, like, rescue out if all the fire stations were hit as well?
Well, at the time of the tornado,
I feel like you should have one, like, on each corner of the town in case something like this happens. You know? That way it can't hit all of them. You remember the roar being non-stop and deafening, but what really stood out after the RFD was the smell of natural gas being everywhere. Yeah, I've heard that actually with a with a lot of these videos I've watched and like just seen it discussed online. Like if EF4, EF5 goes through, you're gonna be smelling the natural gas because it's ripping up those pipes, which is insane to think about a tornado being able to do, and also really scary.
and had 5 fire stations. 2 of those were destroyed in the storm. So basically what that did was wipe out, half of our emergency response fleet.
Dude, imagine being on like one side of the town and being like, damn, that was kind of a crazy storm that just went through. We just got some pretty big hail. some pretty strong winds, but you know, overall not that bad. And then the other side is just an EF5 fucking tornado.
I recall thinking that if our station had been damaged, then there were going to be a lot of houses and homes that were damaged as well.
And yes, parts of the road were twisted like a cinnamon roll. Does it really fucking do that? I kind of would have just thought it kind of would have just chipped away at the pavement. Yeah, that's fucking, ugh.
We started hearing debris hit the back of the building. My buddy was like, should we go into the beer cooler over there? Directly after
that's a W
he
call.
You know, mentioned that the front of the store just blew out.
That was fucking sudden. How much you want to bet they got free brewskis after this?
That reports the store at 17 and range line has been hit.
321, I've got about possibly 30 people trapped inside the restaurant here.
The little kids that were in there.
I've seen this video before, I think. It seems very familiar. It might be a different one, but I think I've seen this before. Like this video they're using, it's been posted quite a few times.
I remember hearing that over the older people just because it seemed so much more genuinely scared.
We're good.
It kind of settled down for a second, and I think it's over. Right when that happened, then the second part of it hit. The ceiling dropped 3 feet. As the walls of the building got blown away, I could...
If I didn't know any better, I would have thought like something fucking exploded across the street. Jesus Christ. That's fucking scary, dog. Wow. And like you got people praying. Yeah, I would be too. Holy fuck.
Look out and just see the sky.
You got people telling them you love each other. Oh my lord. Yeah, that humbles you.
When it passed, everyone was kind of just either it had knocked them over or like I was sitting on top of someone's legs.
I'll just stay here. There was luckily an empty pickup truck thrown my aunt and uncle's neighbor's yard.
In shock, because you didn't know whether or not people were hurt at that point.
I thought you said it was lucky that it crashed into their yard, not that it was empty. Jesus. and it was literally twisted like a corkscrew. That was mental. Yeah, dude. I've seen that one photo of I think it was the Moore tornado that had just thrown a car and crumpled it against the post, like just bent around in a U shape. It was insane.
Check in with him. Good evening, Chad.
Hey, Josh, I am on Rangeline Road.
We were listening to the AM radio station in Joplin. We made a quick decision. A photographer and I hopped in the car and just headed west to Joplin.
Rangeline is flooding. I am plowing
Smithville.
through the water right now.
Yeah.
We were just preparing to do normal reporting.
I'm glad you know what I'm talking about.
Shift.
Oh my, there are people that have got to be injured right now, Josh. There are probably people, fatalities right now. People are trapped in buildings. There are buildings missing, Josh, that used to be here. They're totally gone.
Once we came in and started seeing the destruction,
Had a red car
that's when we
crunching ball?
started to
Yeah.
get a sense of this is bigger than what we anticipated.
I remember that.
Battalion 1, this is Chief 1. Go ahead. I have clearing skies off to the west, so we look to be towards the end of this event. We do have a tremendous amount of debris out here in the two areas.
Yeah, how do you deal with something
this
like
is
this?
Be very near the,
like in the
path
aftermath
of the tornado.
We had literally thousands, if not tens of thousands, of 911 calls in the first 24 hours. Most of us are used to tornadoes that move through an area very quickly and then are gone. This one took 30 minutes to get across town. Normally we can get out a lot faster and start
moving
responding.
that slow?
We just weren't able to with this one.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see at all.
Go slower, dude. Debris, nails. Go slower.
We saw debris, but we saw houses and buildings intact. I was thinking, okay, the tornado brushed this, the north side of town or something like that.
This is bad.
Oh my gosh.
This is bad.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't until we got deeper into Joplin that we started to notice some pretty heavy damage.
Okay, are you talking to Kevin? What do we want?
I don't know where
I don't know.
Walking around.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's just really
And that's
far
when
away.
we somehow met up with Kevin and his dad.
I can't
We
speak
ended up
today,
in the
bro.
same place, and I said, hey, we need to start pulling people out of the rubble.
Look at that. That is destroyed completely.
When we first parked, we couldn't see anyone. But nobody was out walking around. Nobody was to be seen because it literally just happened. People were still trying to crawl out from the rubble.
We're gonna turn around, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Boy, I was definitely not mentally prepared to see what I saw, or I don't think the other guys were either. It was
how can you be?
Total devastation.
I had a live front row seat to watch James Band The Goat. I was 9 years old at the time, so I saw some of the most R-rated things before most. Jesus, dude. That's, yeah. Yeah, you gotta watch James Band live, my man. That man is the GOAT. He's a legend. He really is. Dude. It literally just looks like a bomb went off.
At some point, it was like we just kind of felt like sitting ducks. Said, well, we probably should move, and we probably should go towards where the sun is, and so we actually headed west.
What? Oh, just, I don't know, Missy? Or...
Got about
They
half
better
a
be
block
south
and
of
we
the
saw a
storm
tree down,
if they're heading
saw another
west.
Tree down, and remember one house there being 3 or 4 trees falling every which way, and the house was actually missed. And I remember saying, oh, they got it real bad in this part, and then as we're driving, there's a fence line, and once we crossed that fence line, it was like a bomb went off.
Oh! Oh! Ooh. Got this?
The more you went west, the more it got more serious.
That's insane. One guy was walking out of a destroyed house, and half of his neck was torn open from debris, and he survived. Bro is actually built different. Oh my god. That reminds me, I can't remember where the fuck I saw this. It was on some, like, news article. There was this kid out in the country who was working, like, getting wheat and using that, like, big old machine they use to scoop up the wheat. He accidentally got his, like, arm stuck in there, and it kind of ripped off his arm. He was able to stop it, get his arm back, get back to his house, call 911, and they were able to reattach his arm, which is absurd. Some people are literally just built different, and you just gotta accept it.
Can you get through that way?
You heard about that? Yeah.
20th?
I was surprised.
I remember it just being calm. Like, it was all this destruction, all this chaos, but it was, like, eerily quiet. You could hear the alarm, like alarms going off, honking. That was the majority of the noise at that time. And in the rain, it was still raining. It almost looked like you hit pause. This looked like the end of the world.
where my reviews can be. See, on the
Wow.
end, right there with the bullet.
No matter how many times you see the destruction, it's just fucking insane.
See where that room is gone? Right above. Right here. See the bus window? No, over. Right above. Well, no, that room that's right above, that was my dad's room. And then the room that's completely gone, that was mine.
Ah, that's a dagger to the heart. Holy shit.
After the boys, as I call them, fanned out to try to see who they could help in the area, I'd stayed behind with the vehicles.
I cannot believe this. Pulled a lady out with a broken back. A gentleman approached me and said, there's a lady that's underneath her own wall. She can't get out, and she's really hurt. As we were talking with her, holding the wall up, she said that her back was hurting her and she couldn't.
Interesting fact that the most don't know, Alabama and Oklahoma are tied at #1 for being the most EF5 tornadoes. At the same time, that really surprises me, but it really doesn't. Because I know Alabama gets a ton of tornadoes because they're like smack dab in Dixie Alley. So, I mean, but you would think Oklahoma would be like numero uno on that.
Sit up. So we decided to get
Anyways,
a
back
door
to
that we found in the rubble.
The lady with the broken
and
neck.
put her on the door and take her to a waiting
a fun
pickup truck
topic.
that was going to take people to the hospital.
I remember the man with his baby son, and the baby was bleeding really bad.
They had been in a pickup that got hit, and he asked whether we could get him to the hospital. We said sure, and so we headed out to the hospital.
Broadcasting live from the darkened KZRG 24-hour storm center. Power is out. We are running on backup generators at this hour.
And it was like
That's
driving
insane,
through a
bro.
war zone, needless to say. As soon as we topped this little crest, you could see the hospital, and our hearts just sank like, oh my gosh, now what do we do?
I understand clear. I got calls from the station that the hospitals were here. I'm trying to get to that side of town. They're just people,
That's just as
Josh,
far as you can see.
done. They're standing, sobbing on the.
I think we lost Chad Elliott.
Be advised, St. John's Hospital and everything in this area has sustained very heavy damage. I repeat, very heavy damage.
Nope, I copy that, yeah.
We topped the hill, and it was like.
Yeah, Dixie Alley is Tornado Alley when it comes to big outbreaks, but traditional Tornado Alley is the biggest in terms overall. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because like in Tornado Alley, you get more low precipitation storms, but in Dixie Alley, it's all rain, all hills, just not the best chasing environment. But even though they don't occur as often, I've heard that when they do, it's usually stronger, like on average, than a Tornado Alley. So, interesting fact.
A scene from a movie. And then the hospital, on top of everything else, the hospital, the place that's supposed to heal people, had been hit. And
I don't want to be mean, but this guy on the right, it's like, let me move my face cam so you can see him. Oh, shit. That's not what I wanted to do. Fuck. This dude on the right here, he 100% uses Reddit. Just listen the way he talks here. Oh, shit.
the hospital, the place that's supposed to heal people, had been hit. And so we're just like, what do we do now? We pull up by the hospital, and they already had triage units essentially on the grass.
St. John's took a direct hit from the tornado that day. We ended up sending a couple, 3 crews to that area to help the St. John's staff evacuate the building.
Walked up to the main hospital, found some fellow security guys that I was supposed to work with that.
Dr. Greg Forbes and James Spann both think Tuscaloosa was an EF5, not an EF4. If it was in 5, Alabama would be #1 overall for EF5s. Really? Damn. I mean, you could definitely make an argument for it. A lot of the times I see foundations that are swept clean and there's still like the anchors there, but they get rated EF4s, which I don't really understand. I thought that was kind of a damage indicator for an EF5 if it was secured in well-built. But I ain't the professional, the NWS is, so I'm gonna leave that to them.
You know, we was like, we need to get patients out of here. And we started from the 9th floor and worked ourselves all the way down to 1. If they couldn't walk, you know, we was practically picking them up and carrying them down the stairwell. No staff was lost. He was all accounted for. And patients, there was no patients lost in the hospital. That was in-house. They was all accounted for as well.
We have also heard reports that some of the debris from the hospital has reached areas like Willard. A woman was reportedly seen in x-rays in her front yard, and that just gives you a visual to how far this damage is reaching. But if you think this is bad, check out this over here. This is a neighborhood that is completely flattened by this tornado. There are dozens of people walking up and down the street trying to figure out if their loved ones. It was horrific.
That'll make anyone immortal.
There was people yelling, looking, trying to find their loved ones. The smell of natural gas was something that I've never smelled before, in that even in all the tornado zones that I've been in. There's a whole neighborhood that surrounds the hospital, and you couldn't pick out one home.
We have sustained a major direct hit here in Joplin.
Now, Chad, you've described some damage, and we're trying to understand the situation, and as we can understand it now,
strong tornadoes have a habit of just picking up the craziest, like a crazy amount of debris, and just throwing them like a state away, which is insane to think about. Crazy what they need, bruh. It's a crazy fact, bro.
Joplin will never be the same after this tornadic event.
I was on the air when the tornado hit, and just a few blocks from our station, utter devastation.
Oh, dude, look at that fucking tree. And look at the one that in the back left corner above the red truck. That one is completely debarked. The one in the foreground here is just mangled. And it's partially debarked. That is crazy. Look at that tree, that white tree in the back. That is completely debarked. That is absurd.
People were crying. Really didn't know what to do.
I mean, obviously the houses too, yeah, but oh my god, do you know how much wind it takes?
People were being hauled away in the back of pickup trucks with emergency personnel holding just pieces of these people together.
And when I was at 24th and Main, I could look all the way to the west and all the way to the east, and I saw no structure standing. And there was no end to the damage path that you could see.
Dylan. Yes. Like, I don't recognize where I'm at right now.
I know, right? I remember when a tornado hit Mobile, Alabama.
Are the people still in there?
Yeah, there's some guy who usually is a door greeter, and he's